What kind of king rides on a donkey that might be borrowed or even hijacked? What kind of king builds a castle with a wide open door for children to enter, but a needle-eye-sized hole for the rich? What kind of king rides on a donkey into the city where his assassins are waiting? What kind of king enters his assassin city with a ragtag commotion for all to see and not one security guard? What kind of king lets his subjects treat him like a military liberator, but doesn't come with a single sword or weapon? What kind of king lets his followers send a public message to the competing powers with no intent of answering a single challenge? What kind of king are you? What kind of king can send 2 followers to fetch a donkey and know exactly what they'll need to say? What kind of king can tell a blind beggar, "Your faith has made you well," and actually make him see? What kind of king can weep at the funeral of his friend only to say, "Lazarus, come out," and watch him come back to life? What kind of king can sit at the dinner table with his subjects and be subject to them and wash their feet? What kind of king can carry his own cross, can serve his assassins and help in his own execution? What kind of king can die so that his assassins can live? What kind of king are you? A king who came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. A king who keeps his promises. A king who I can trust. A king who can save. And a king I want to follow.
It's a long way down to Jerusalem. All this carpenter's boy born in Bethlehem. He knows what's coming, but no one else does. As he drifts close down into Jerusalem, Hosanna, Hosanna, in the highest, in the highest. As he drifts close down into Jerusalem. Jerusalem, Hosanna, Hosanna, in the highest, as he just comes down into Jerusalem.
The donkey's alone from her farmer, they knew, humble inside for the King of the Jews, shouting, "Blessed is he in the name of the Lord,"
as he clips close down into Jerusalem. Hosanna, Hosanna, in the highest, as he clips close down into Jerusalem.
Jesus replied, "If they future for Jews is not good news. Now it's clip-clop right to Jerusalem. Hosanna, Hosanna, in the highest, in the highest. As it clip-clops right to Jerusalem. Hosanna, Hosanna, in the highest, in the highest. As it clip-clops right to Jerusalem. Now it's clip-clop right to Jerusalem.
Get out!
Get out!
Now! Who do you think you are?
Do you think you can buy God?
Do you think you can buy forgiveness?
Do you think you can buy his favor?
Is your religion nothing more than a transaction?
This is a home. God's home.
How would you feel?
If I walked into your house,
And tried to buy your wife.
This is my father's house.
His home. A house of prayer.
But you have turned it into...
a betting shop,
A brothel.
A pick and mix shop.
Of religious trinkets. Get out!
Get out!
Get out! Now!
His footsteps fall softly in the olive grove, enveloped in verdant garden fragrance. The tender leaves, the stalwart trunks, rooted and still. The young olive fruit swelling with sustenance. A garden pulsing with life, yet death casts its shadow there. The earthy soil once wet with morning dew, now soaked with the tears of his divine sorrow. His steps falter as he drops to his knees, face down, body gripped with anguish. The ominous ordeal looms ahead. Drops of blood slip from his brow, mingling with tears and sweat. A river of grief flowing steadily down. Cries and tears are his prayer. The Son of Man, spotless and pure, absorbing the full darkness of humanity. Every sin of the world laid upon the back of the innocent lamb. Precious, holy, gentle, and good.
You know, being Judas must have been tough. Just imagine, your best friend, the Son of God, all-knowing, all-powerful. He knew. He knew and still washed his feet. He ate with him. Jesus knew and still loved him. No one would tell if Judas knelt beneath the cross Jesus died on. No one would tell if he cried, if he begged not for God's forgiveness, but for his friends. It wouldn't be documented if he asked why he was made in such a way to ruin everything he touched. No one could tell how Judas grieved. None but God himself could pass judgment onto him. Could God really pass judgment if he made the man he persecutes? Still, even God must favor Judas, for God is also the Son. And it is true that the Son of God loved Judas dearly. Amen.
Here I am hanging from a tree outside the city. I betrayed Jesus, my Lord and my best friend. Now he's getting crucified. I couldn't save him if I tried, all for just some silver coins. So now my life must end. I only did what I was told. I was just fulfilling prophecy. Do it quickly now, he said. I didn't know he'd end up dead. So now I wonder, has he forgiven me? There were many things that I didn't understand, like wasting perfume and compassion for the sick. We preach grace instead of law. Love your neighbor, feed the poor. And I really didn't get it then. I must have been so thick. I only did what I was told. I was just fulfilling prophecy. Do it quickly now, he said. I didn't know he'd end up dead. So now I wonder, has he forgiven me? Now he is gone, and my guilt overwhelms me. I can no longer live knowing what I had done. Through the silver in the field, my grievous sin has been revealed. Though betrayal has murdered the Son, I only did what I was told. I was just fulfilling prophecy. Do it quickly now, he said. I didn't know he'd end up dead. So now I wonder, has he forgiven me? I only did what I was told. I was just fulfilling prophecy. Do it quickly now, he said. I didn't know he'd end up dead. It's too late, I now believe that he's forgiven me.
Firstly, his hands, a woman's, softer than mine, with pearly nails like the shells from Galilee. Indolent hands, camp hands that clapped for grapes. Their pale, mothy touch made me flinch. Pontius. I longed for Rome, home, someone else. When the Nazarene entered Jerusalem, my maid and I crept out, bored stiff, disguised, and joined the frenzied crowd. I tripped, clutched the bridle of an ass, looked up, and there he was. His face, ugly, talented. He looked at me. I mean, he looked at me. My God, his eyes were eyes to die for. Then he was gone. His rough men shouldering a pathway to the gates. The night before his trial, I dreamt of him. His brown hands touched me. Then it hurt. And then blood. I saw that each tough palm was skewered by a nail. I woke up, sweating, terrified. Leave him alone! I sent a warning note, then quickly dressed. When I arrived, the Nazarene was crowned with thorns. The crowd was baying for Barabbas. Pilate saw me, looked away, then carefully turned up his sleeves and slowly washed his useless, perfumed hands. They seized the prophet then and dragged him up to the place of skulls. My maid knows all the rest. Was he God? Of course not. But I think Pilate believed he was.
One day they'll say that I was born, that I didn't want to be on that one Friday. They say that I did hesitate to send him off to meet his fate and die. They don't know what they talk about at all. You only ever see me standing tall. They think I tried to save him, and I know it's not the case, because I never show compassion on my face. But yet again, I'm really two men. I am a tyrant in Judea from Rome, sent by Tiberius Caesar far from home. Now I must crush these rebels all alone, as that useless, hopeless Herod couldn't do it. But deep inside I'm just a normal man, a husband and a father just like you. I show no sign of fear, and I never shed a tear for crucifying robbers or a Jew. But alone at night I wonder why my Lord's to make so many die. Thoughts no one must ever know, especially not my wife, because this is my life. I am a tyrant, yet a noble man. I had a softer side when I began. Tried not to kill them, that was not my plan. I'll in the end, I'll down and have a redemption. Am I a tyrant? I think Jesus knows. Even as now toward his death he goes. I have to take control of all Rome's foes, and I'll go down for that in history. man of compassion. That's your mystery.
His spirit and his life, he breathes in all. Now on this cross, his body breathes no more. Here at the center, everything is still, spent and emptied, open to the call. A quiet taking down, a prizing loose, a crossbeam lowered like a weighing scale, unmaking of each thing that had its use, a long withdrawing of each blooded nail. This is ground zero, emptiness and space, with nothing left to say or think or do, but look unflinching on the sacred face that cannot move or change or look at you. Yet, in that prizing loose and letting be, he has unfastened you and set you free.
Well, to begin with, there was an earthquake, and the tombs were broken open, and the bodies of the righteous who had died were then awoken. And the curtain in the temple tore like heaven in the vision. And we wondered, was God saying he was breaking down division? But the strangest part was at the tomb. On early Sunday morning came another violent earthquake and an angel without warning. And he rolled away the stone to show the body, it was gone. And the angel simply said, he is risen from the dead. Then we started hearing stories. People said that they had seen him, heard his voice, and held his hands. And they were sure it had been him. But a question still remained. If one did not believe the women, who would steal a dead man's corpse and choose to leave behind a linen? And it is still just as frustrating when his presence, it's so fleeting. Yes, he sometimes walks through walls, but then he has no trouble eating. But his triumph is revealed within the scars that are now healed. Hear the truth I have believed. See the hope I have received.
Straight in, come on.